we are going on a journey of change in the organization, and any form of change should start from the top. Start from where? Should start from the top, because they say the fish starts from the head. If there's going to be change, it's going to start from the leadership. So that's why I wanted to have a session with you first, because you are going to be the one to imbibe this change and then instigate it in the organization. Because every other person is looking up to you. True or false? They look up to you whatever you do, whether you late or not. Whatever you do, they are looking up to you. Whatever you do sets the standard, sets the norm for the organization. So, if you are your characteristic of not being punctual, always coming late, what do you expect the others to do? They too will do what? They will come late. If work is supposed to begin at 7:30, the other day I was at the bank, called the bank TV. I had to do a training, right? The manager told me 7:30 is the time. Before 7:30, I was there at exactly 7:15 or 7:20 there. At that time, everybody was already there. 7:30, everybody was seated already. Our training had started. 7:30, 8 o'clock on the dot, we ended the training. Because by 8 o'clock, we're supposed to be seated, attending to who? The customers. Are you getting it now? Before 7:30, everybody was 7:30, we started the training. So like I said to those who were here earlier, I said, we are going on a journey. It's a journey of change. The change is usually hard. You're going to experience resistance. What is that resistance? It's the resistance of your comfort zone. The place where you are, the way you have been thinking, the way you have been doing the things you have been doing, it has formed what is called what? A comfort zone around you, around your life, around your delivery, around your output. So if you're going to produce better results, if you're going to produce anything that is better than what you're producing now, you have to do what? Break out of that what? Comfort zone. You cannot produce a different result until you become a different person. You need to write this down. Hello? You must write this down. This is very important. For you to produce a different result, you must first become a different person. For you to produce any kind of change in your organization, the change must start with you. It begins from the inside. Change doesn't start from outside. Change starts from where? From inside. The door to change swings inside out, not outside in. You're not going to expect the organization to change, or the boss to change, or the people, the things to change. Whatever change that's going to happen is going to start from where? From the inside. And like I said, it's going to be hard at first. And why is it going to be hard? Because of the what? Comfort zone. It's a resistance. So you're going to have to break out of that comfort zone. I gave the example of an airplane. When an airplane wants to go to the air, it burns 90% of its fuel to get to the air. 90%. And why does it have to do that? To break out of the resistance of gravity. Things that are trying to keep it down. It has to break the resistance of gravity to get to the air. And when it gets to the air, it only requires just 10% of the fuel to travel around the world. Just 10%. So, the change we are intending to bring into the organization, first of all, I want to find out, like I asked you, do we all want to change? Do we all want to see an improvement in the way we do the things we do? Do we want that? Do we want that? Let me see your hand. Okay. So we all want change. We all agree that we need to improve, right? We all agree that the company needs to get better. We need to get better sales, better output, better customer customer service. Right? So for us to be able to do that, we have to give ourselves to the process. Because like I said, it's going to be a process. What we are initiating in the organization is training and development. The training is an event, but the development is what? Is the process. So we have to give ourselves to the process. We have to give our minds to it. No one is bigger than his or her mind. No one can do better than his or her mindset. So there has to be a mindset shift, an attitudinal change, a behavioral change for you to be able to see that change in your results or your output. So when it is instilled in the leadership, you can see it is easier to do what? Spread through the organization. And when it spreads through the organization, you can see it now begins to what? Influence the customer. Are we together? Are we together? So the course title I said is Leadership for Customer Service, Excellence, and Organizational Culture. And the course is meant to deliver exceptional customer service and fostering positive organizational culture and effectively solving problems within the company. So by the time we are done, you have a clear understanding of your role in driving customer satisfaction and shaping your organization's culture. So I've already given you the training outline and the training objective. So what is going to be the benefit to you as a participant? What's the benefit to you? Enhanced leadership skills for guiding teams in delivering outstanding customer service. So your leadership skills is going to be what? Enhanced. Leadership is a skill. Hello? It's a skill. So you're going to have enhanced leadership skill. You're going to learn how to guide your team, how to guide your people, those that are working with you, to deliver what? Exceptional customer service. Secondly, improve problem-solving abilities for addressing customer and operational challenges. Improved problem-solving abilities for addressing customer and operational challenges. Improved problem-solving abilities in addressing customer and operational challenges. Do you have customer challenges? You do. Do you have operational challenges? You do. Now, if you're going to be able to address these customer and operational challenges more effectively, you're going to have to improve your what? Your ability. You cannot do better than the level of ability that you have. No amount of prayer or fasting or wishing or desiring can help you do better. Handle things better, more efficiently, more effectively, and the way you do right now. The only thing that can help you do that is by what? Improving your abilities. Your abilities to get things done. So you're going to see improved problem-solving abilities, addressing customer and operational challenges. Next, you're going to have a deeper understanding of your role in shaping the organization's culture. You're going to have a deeper understanding of your role in shaping the organization's culture. Whether you know it or not, StanSat Technologies Ltd has a culture. True or false? There's a culture, a way of doing things, a way of thinking, a way of addressing issues, a way of living. And as a leader, I have said that you play a significant role in shaping that organization. And lastly, we have practical insights and strategies for immediate application in your roles. So we'll have practical insight. We're going to look at case studies, real life scenarios, real life examples. We're going to do role plays. Alright? Practical insights and strategies for immediate application in your roles. So those are the benefits. Now, what are the benefits for the company? StanSat Technologies Ltd. The company is going to have empowered management staff capable of leading with a customer-centric focus. Right? Empowered management staff capable of leading with a customer-centric focus. So you as a management staff, you as a leader, you're going to have a customer-centric focus. What does it mean, customer-centric focus? You're going to be focused on who? On who? The customer. The customer. Everything you do will be focused on helping the customer. Number 2, enhance problem. Empowered management staff capable of leading with a customer-centric focus. Customer-centric focus. You don't need to bother much about this. I just let you know what's going to be the benefits of the organization. So you know what to expect. Do you understand? You know what to expect in the organization at the end of the day. Enhanced problem-solving abilities resulting in improved operational efficiency. Enhanced problem-solving ability resulting in improved operational efficiency. A more positive and inclusive organizational culture that resonates with customers. A more positive and inclusive organizational culture that resonates with customers. Right? So the organizational culture is going to be more positive and more inclusive, and it's going to resonate with customers. Customers are going to love it. They are going to be excited about it when they begin to see the change and improvement in the organizational culture. Increased customer satisfaction, customer loyalty, and brand reputation. Increased customer satisfaction, customer loyalty, and brand reputation. Right? Some of you who are using piece of paper, you're going to have to get a very good notebook. Manager. Cool. Get a very good notebook like this one. Because this is going to be what? A reference material, right? For the work that you're doing. You don't have to reference this thing. You need a piece of paper, you can throw it away and use it. So get a notebook. Because these things, you're going to have to refer to them from time to time. So before we go further, let's set the house rules. Okay? Let's set the house rules. Number 1, there's going to be open communication. Hello? Like I said before, it's not just me talking. I'm not here to lecture. It's not just talking about your kids. We're going to be doing what? Communicating. Communication is a two-way street. Okay? You can ask questions at any time. Alright? If there's something you didn't get, you can ask questions. If you want to ask a question, just raise your hand. Are we together now? Though, at the end, we're still going to have a Q&A session, a more robust Q&A session. If you want to make a comment, you can just do what? Just raise your hand to get my attention. Alright. Before that, let's do this one first. I'd like to know your name, your position, and then one word that describes your vision for the company. Did you get that? So starting from you, you're just going to tell us your name, what you handle, alright, the company. Because I'd like to know specifically what everything is doing. So that we can listen to that. So your name, your position, and one word describing your vision for StanSat Technologies Ltd. One word. The kind of things I'm looking at in the organization based on what we are looking, what we are what we are discussing is excellence. That's my one word. Excellence. Top notch. Top notch. So for you, what is going to be your one word? Did you get that? So, you already know my name now, right? You've forgotten? Okay. I'm Chike Onyekachuku. Chike Onyekachuku is the name. I'm the training consultant for Mindware Consulting Limited. And I'm also the head of learning and development for Mindware and a handful of other organizations, which I'm also starting here. StanSat Technologies Ltd. I'm a certified management consultant with the International Council of Management Consulting Institute and a fellow of the Institute of Management Consultants, Nigeria. I'm also a certified customer service consultant with the Chartered Institute of Customer Relationship Management. I'm an associate member also of the Chartered Institute of Customer Relationship Management. So when it comes to customer service excellence, and professionalism, that's what I do. Praise the Lord. So I believe that the relationship we have built is going to bring about excellence in this company. That's my vision. But like I said before, it begins with the most important asset of the company. That is who? The people. That's it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is
Chief accountant.
one word, right?
Yeah.
I want the StanSat to be brand new as for every household, company, office. When it comes to furniture, electronics, what comes to your mind first with this answer?
Household brand, right? Household brand. That's it.
Good morning.
What is your definition of that first? What's your word?
Good morning, I'm Elom Kunos Michael.
Did you hear that?
Elom Kunos Michael. If you serve any branch supervisor and stuff, my vision in this company is that this company will be known globally.
Global reputation, right?
Yes.
That's awesome. Okay, next.
My name is Mary Council. I'm the storekeeper in the furniture of the company. Then one word for the company. Okay, one word I have for this company is progress.
Progress.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
My name is Chike. I'm the storekeeper and also the sales manager. One word I have for the company is to increase the brand, to be more, like, let it be known, let everybody know the brand for good, and that's just it.
Okay. Increase brand reputation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when we say one word, just one word, and hit it one word. So next.
Good morning. My name is Chike. I'm I'm a storekeeper. My word for my vision for StanSat is to be the best brand in home and electronics appliances.
The best brand. So how do you define that best? Which word will you use?
I'll use excellence.
Excellence.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is
My name is
Obidi Mama for Ebuka.
Okay.
I'm the supervisor. What I have, vision I have for the company is perfect and accommodating, because I want a scenario where the people coming in find the scenario, the environment accommodating. So whenever they are coming here, they will see reason to come back here.
Okay. Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Benjamin Joseph. The storeman. My one word is improvement.
Improvement. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Like you understand.
All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you all so much. You know, like I said, we're just getting what started, right? We're getting started. I know we're not too used to this process, so you're getting yourself acquainted with this thing for the first time. And as we begin to go on, in a vision, a clear vision of the company will begin to form in your mind. Because like I said, this is going to be a process. It's not just a one-time thing. Alright? Repetition, they say, is a law of deep and lasting impression. Something you do once doesn't really stick to the market. True or false? And as you keep doing this and continue with it, it will begin to register in your mind. You begin to have a clearer vision. Alright? First and foremost of yourself and the role you play in StanSat Technologies. And then secondly, you begin to see StanSat Technologies in a different light. You begin to see the vision clearer. And that in itself will also strengthen how you apply yourself to your work, wherever it is. Did you get that? Did you get that? Yes. Now, let's talk about StanSat Technologies Ltd. StanSat. What is the vision? What is the mission? What are the values? Who knows? What's the vision of StanSat Technologies? What's the vision? Vision. So we're going to talk about the vision, the mission, and the values. So you can write about StanSat Technologies. Number one, vision. So what is the vision? First and foremost, what is vision? What do you understand by the word vision? Who knows? Like I said, the class is not just a monologue, right? It's going to be a discussion. Go ahead.
To me, I see vision as the kind of what you want or what you expect within a period of time.
Any other idea?
I see vision as what we work towards for a long period of time to achieve.
What you work towards in a long period of time. What you work to achieve. Any other one?
I think saying something, but I think expected end that one want to get.
Expected. Okay, beautiful. So we all have an idea what vision is, right? So for StanSat Technologies, what is the vision of the company? Who knows? Does the company have a vision? So what's the vision?
be on top amongst our competitors
To be on top among the competitors.
in terms of sales.
Did you just come up with this now, or is it written down somewhere? It's not written somewhere, so you just came up with it now. Does any other person know about this vision before now? So, which means there was none before now. Okay, thank you. You know what? It's just like somebody who says, I want to travel. And they ask you, where do you want to travel to? I just want to travel. Where do you want to travel? I just feel like traveling. And then the person gets on the road and starts a journey. Where do you think that person will land? He may find himself in the Atlantic Ocean because he will keep going and going and going and wouldn't even know where he has gotten to anywhere. Hello? So, StanSat does not have a written vision somewhere that everybody can relate with. Alright, so we know that we don't have a vision before now. Right? So we're going to have to do what? Create one. A vision is not just to be the best. The best in what? The best in what? How do you define the best? A vision must be smart. Hello? SMART is an acronym. SMART. The S stands for specific. You have to be specific about where you are going. Not just to say, I am traveling. Traveling to where? There has to be a place. Number one. Number two, it has to be measurable. It has to be what? Measurable. That's what the M stands for. I said the S stands for what? Specific. So your vision has to be smart. SMART. It has to be specific. Then secondly, it has to be measurable. You have to be able to measure it. How can you know when you have gotten there? You say you are going from here to Ilorin. How will you know when you have gotten to Ilorin? How will you know when you are 50 kilometers from Ilorin? How will you know when you are 30 kilometers? 20 kilometers? How would you know? So it has to be what? Measurable. Then the A stands for achievable. Achievable. It has to be achievable. If you say we want to be the number one company in the consumer goods industry, is that achievable? You think so? You cannot just say it's achievable from the top of your head. There has to be process. Not just process, but some factors you have to look at to say, yes, we think we can be number one. You cannot just say it from the top of your head. You have to do what we call a SWOT analysis. Say SWOT. SWOT analysis. I'll talk about that, but let me finish with this one. I said the A stands for what? Achievable. Is it achievable? Do you have what it takes? Do you have what it takes to achieve this? Or is it some bogus dream, some pipe dream that will never materialize till Jesus comes? Okay, let's say for example, what happened today? Now, how many of you have ever come here at 7 o'clock before? Since you started working here, let me see. Okay. Okay. Let me use another example. I know for many of you, it's like a novelty. 7 o'clock, how can you come to work 7 o'clock? What is your normal resumption time? Huh? 8 o'clock. Now, let's say, let me use another example. somebody who says, I want to pray for 1 hour this night. This night I'm going to wake up by 2 a.m. and pray for 1 hour. In fact, this night, me and God, I want to kabash for 1 hour. And this person has never been able to do 10 minutes before. Is it achievable for the person to pray for 1 hour?
Only with the grace.
No, it's not.
It's not. It will be hard. It will be very, very hard.
He has never done it before. He has never woken up by 2 a.m. Yes, we know about grace, we know about miracles. But do you think by him is it possible?
It's not possible.
It's not achievable. To pray for 1 hour.
The person has not done 10 minutes.
You have not been able to do 10 minutes before.
I'm not praying for 10 minutes.
You have not woken up by 2 a.m. to pray for 10 minutes before. And then you just want to go for 1 hour. Not be juju be that. But at least you start with, okay, let me do 10 minutes. Right? And then when you have done 10 minutes, you mastered it. You know, not the one you'll be doing. But you know, you see yourself 8 a.m. in the morning. So you start with 10 minutes first, right? When you master that one, and then you say, okay, I want to go for 15 minutes. I want to go for 30 minutes. Right? So you keep mastering until you get to your what? Your 1 hour. But just to wake up one day from the blues and say, I want to wake up in the middle of the night and do 1 hour, it's not achievable. So just to give you an idea of what we're talking about. Is it achievable? Then the next, R. Is it realistic? Is it realistic? Is it realistic? Don't kid yourself. You have to tell yourself the truth. Right? You know where you are, say, okay, this is where we are. Be realistic, be honest. So the vision has to be what? Honest, it has to be realistic. And then the T stands for what? Time bound. Time bound. It has to be time bound. There has to be a time to it. The time that you want it achieved. We are where? 2023, right? So you can look at the next 5 years, the next 10 years, the next 50 years. Are you aware some companies have 100-year vision? Yes. 100 years vision. There are companies that have lasted 100 years and more. Are you aware? The people who started the company, they've died and gone. But the company is still running. And even stronger than it was when they started it. Somebody say vision. How long do you want StanSat to last? As a leader in the organization. You know, leaders are visionaries. Leaders have vision. Leaders see the future. They see tomorrow and then guide others to that tomorrow that they see. True or false? So as a leader, how long do you want StanSat to last? Until?
As long as you live.
As long as you live. How long do you want to live?
The generation to come.
There has to be a figure. You have to put a figure to it. Is it 10 years? Is it 50 years? Is it 100 years? How long? Alright? So, that's number one assignment. Otherwise, everything we're doing will amount to nothing. That's the number one assignment. So write it down. Vision statement for StanSat Technologies. I'm not going to be the one to give you a vision statement, but write it down. It's your number one assignment as a leader.
Okay.
Yes.
Assignment.
Yes.
Vision statement.
Yes, vision statement for StanSat Technologies Ltd. So you are going to work that out with your MD. People will come up with a vision statement that everybody will agree with and buy into. And it is not we want to be the best. There's no such vision like that. There's nothing more vague and ambiguous than that. So it will be written down. Everybody in this organization will be seeing it. We'll have our vision, StanSat Technologies Ltd. Vision statement. This is where we are going. At so time. So everybody had that in their where? In their minds. Everything you are doing, you have that vision in your mind. Any new person that comes in, they learn the vision. Oga, this is where we are going. Are you going with us? Yes, fine and good. Enter. Are you going with us? I don't really think so. Ngwa, find your way. Do you understand? So you have to be in line with the what? The vision. That's the destination. Everything we are doing, everything we are going to be doing has to be in line with the what? The vision. That's why the scripture says, where there is no vision, the people do what? They perish. So even God tells you have to have a vision. Otherwise, you're just wasting time. You're just running time. So we'll develop a vision statement for the company, and it's going to be in a written format. And then from there, we're now going to have a mission statement. Mission statement. Mission is what we are going to be doing on a daily basis to help us get to where? The vision, the destination. The vision is where we are going. The mission is what are we going to be doing on a daily basis? What am I doing? So that's the mission. So as the chief accountant, as the chief storekeeper, as the manager, you are a man or a woman on what? A mission. See, I'm a man on a mission. Or I'm a woman on a mission. But if you don't have a mission statement, you are just marking time in StanSat Technology. You're marking time. Because you don't even know what it is you are doing. You may think you know, but it's not connected to anything. Hello? Am I making sense?
Yes. The vision is what?
You are going to develop it.
You said vision is where we are going.
Yes, the mission is what you are doing. Alright? To get to the mission. So you are going to develop it. Alright? So, as a woman on a mission, everything you are doing is tied to what? The vision. Right? Then thirdly, the values. The values. What are values? What are values? Values are what? Norms. Belief system. Belief system. Mindset pattern. What's the time now?
8:53.
So of course we're aware that because we didn't start on time, we're going to have to extend this training both for today and even for the day. We won't complete everything today. After today, we'll decide another day where we'll have another session to be able to complete all that. Right? So the values are the mindsets, the norms. This is how you see yourself. For example, integrity, honesty, excellence, from the words people have mentioned. This is how we do. This is who we are. We are excellent. We have integrity. When we give a promise, we keep to our promise. That's what? Integrity. Customer service. That's a value. We are committed to our customer. That's a value. Alright? Leadership. That's a value. We want to be among the leaders in the industry. We want our organization to be in a leading position in the industry. That's a value. Are you getting the gist now? Hello? Are you getting the gist? Values are, what's your mindset like? What are your norms? What are your belief system? That's what values are. Honesty. So you're not going to tell a lie. If this is A, you tell customer that it is what? A. You stick with it. Excellence. If you say we are excellent, it means you are going to have to do whatever you do what? Excellently. You will not give any excuse. You have to commit yourself to what? Excellence. Excellence in everything you do. So those are values. Leadership. You say you want to be the leading company or among the leading company in the Southeast. So everything you do, you have that leadership mindset. Hello? You have that leadership mindset. Integrity and all those things. So we have to come up with this. It's very important, my people. It's very, very what? Important. Look at all the great companies in the world. None of them work without this. This is the first thing that you get done. Get it written in black and white. And everybody can see it. Everybody works with it. Anybody who is coming into the organization, they see it. They know that this is where we are going. This is what we are doing now to get there. And this is how we behave. That's what the vision is, where we are going. The mission is what we are doing to get there. The value is how we what? How we behave. How we carry ourselves. To be able to what? Do what we are doing to get to where we are what? Going. Vision, mission, values. Very important. So write that down. It's the assignment we're going to do. I'm sure in the next session we're going to have, your boss will be here. We're going to have that clear in black and white. It's going to be printed and pasted everywhere where everybody will see it. Praise the Lord. Okay. Now we'll be talking about customer service excellence. What is the importance? Why is it important? Before I talk about what customer service excellence is, I know you have an idea. But let me first of all tell you the importance. Customer service excellence is the cornerstone of success. Customer service excellence is the cornerstone of what? Success. Customer service is not just about selling a product. Hello? It's not just about what? Selling a product. It's not just selling tea or selling fridge or selling chair. No, 1,000 times no. Customer service is more than that. Customer service is about building and nurturing long-lasting relationship with our valued customer. Building and nurturing long-lasting relationships with our valued customers. Building and nurturing long-lasting relationships with our valued customers. Very important. That's number one. Number two, exceptional customer service is a competitive advantage. It gives us a competitive advantage. Somebody say advantage. Say advantage.
Advantage.
Say competitive advantage.
Competitive advantage.
I like everybody to be saying it. You know, when you say something, it sticks more. Right? When you say something, in fact, there's a research that was done by Edgar Dale, a Harvard professor. He says, within 2 weeks of a learning experience, you remember 70% of what you say. 70% of what you say. That's why in most religious organizations they talk about what? Affirmation. True or false? Affirmation. Very important. Very important. Okay? So when I say you say something, you say it. What are you doing? You are registering it in your what? Subconscious. You are registering it in your subconscious. Remember I said we are going on a journey. Is that not so? We are on a process of change. So we're going to have to unlearn certain things and imbibe certain things. We're going to have to indoctrinate ourselves with certain things. So part of the indoctrination is what? Affirmation. So you're going to have to say certain things. Alright? So customer service is a competitive advantage in today's dynamic business environment. Providing outstanding customer service sets you apart from your competitors. Very, very important. It sets you apart from your competitors. Do you know any other company who are selling what you are selling?
Yes.
You know them? Who are they? Is it Buyer, Batima, Live? Several of them, right?
Yes.
Good. So what makes you different from them? They sell the same chairs you sell. They sell the same refrigerators you sell. The same TVs you sell. The same quality. Probably even the same price. Or even maybe less. So what makes you different? The customer service. The relationship that you build with your customers. That's why we say customer service is building and what? Nurturing. So it's not just enough to build. You have to do what? Nurture. Nurturing means maintaining, cultivating, alright? Keeping alive. Nurturing, you have to nurture those relationships. That is the most sublime competitive advantage in today's dynamic business environment. You can get all the billboards in the world and put everywhere. You can run all the ads on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, and on radio, everywhere. But all that will be insignificant compared to the value of the relationships you have built with your customers. If your customer relationship is lousy, the billboards are not going to help you. True or false? You can spend all the millions and run all the jingles in all the radio stations. It's not going to help you. So, customer service is a competitive advantage. Number 3, it leads to increased customer satisfaction. It leads to increased customer satisfaction. Customer service leads to what?
Increased customer satisfaction.
Increased customer satisfaction. Increased customer satisfaction. So, when a customer walks in here and the customer is walking out, how satisfied is the customer? How satisfied is the customer? Yes, the customer got a TV or a chair or a table or whatever it is. But with your customer service, you can increase the customer satisfaction so that as the customer is going, the customer is happy. The customer feels valued. The customer feels like he's a king. The customer feels like he has just visited heaven. And in fact, tomorrow, I'm not there also. And his ears are itching to know who wants to buy TV or whatever, and then you could StanSat there, number one. Go there. Are you getting what I'm saying now? Are you following me?
Yes.
So it gives increased customer satisfaction when your customers are walking out of here satisfied. Not just because you gave them a TV with all these features and benefits. It is the customer service that puts the icing on the satisfaction. Are you following this? You can give the customer a smart TV and all that with all tell the customer, hey, he has 1 million channels. Hey, the TV can jump and fall. Hey, that's just features. But what will give the customer maximum satisfaction is the way he was attended to as a human being, how he feels valued. That's the icing of the cake. Are you getting this? That's the crux of customer satisfaction. And that is what gives birth to customer loyalty. That is what will make the customer have you in mind positively. The customer can have you in mind negatively. True or false? When the customer has a bad experience, he will have you in mind negatively. If you see that place, that's what you'll be telling everybody. The customer has you in mind on a negative light. But the customer can have you in mind on a positive light. And anytime he wants to get anything that you are selling, the first person he thinks of is who? Is you. Anytime he hears anybody who wants to buy anything that you are selling, he recommends you. That's what we call customer what? Loyalty. So customer service increases satisfaction. It enhances our brand reputation. It enhances the brand reputation. Customer service enhances your brand reputation. What is reputation? What you are known for. Right? What you are known for. The impression people have about your company. That's what's called what? Brand reputation. So customer service helps to increase your brand reputation in the marketplace. You have called several names of your competitors. When you mention Easy Life, what reputation do you have in your mind about them? Have you done business with them before? Maybe not. But if you have done business with them before, what impression do you have in your mind? What impression do they leave in your mind? What impression do you leave in the mind of your customers when they walk in there? That's your brand reputation. When you have 100 people, 1,000 people who have a certain impression about you, that is your brand what? Reputation. Good or bad. So customer service creates or enhances that brand reputation. It fuels business growth. Somebody say business growth.
Business growth.
Business growth.
Business growth.
Mm-hmm. This is the cocoa. We want our business to grow. True or false? So the ingredients, the fertilizer, the impetus for business growth is what? Is what? Is what?
Customer service.
Not everybody is saying it. The ingredient for business growth is what?
Customer service.
Is what?
Customer service.
Beautiful. Customer service. That's the ingredient for growth. Growth does not just happen by chance. Hello? Growth does not just happen by accident. Growth is the result of predetermined actions over time. In fact, let me say actions and inactions over time. That's what brings about growth. You can't just wake up one morning and realize that and you're grown to a certain level. The only thing that you know, that's why sometimes when people say I'm celebrating my birthday, I'm asking what exactly it is you're celebrating. They say you're celebrating life, yes, and then what? Even lizards have life, true or false? So what is it about this life? What is spectacular about this life? Or is it that you are now 35 years? Right? So there is something Something should be about the life. What is the impact it has made? What are the investment it has made? Those are the things, when people say they are celebrating birthday, those are the things I'm even thinking about. Not the fact that I'm 38 or I'm 35 or I'm 40 or I'm 60. What is the impact of this life? So the same thing with an organization. Would you just say, okay, we are 10 years old as a company? What impact has it made? What level it is in the market? What is its leadership position? What is its brand position? Those are the things we are talking about. Happy customers not only return but also recommend our products and services to others, expanding our customer base. When the customers are happy, they don't only return, but they do what? They recommend our products and services to others. And as others learn about it, it expands our customer base. See, there is nothing like that spreads like wildfire than positive word of mouth. It spreads even much better than when you run jingles on the radio or put billboards everywhere. It spreads wider and faster. Customer service minimizes complaints and returns. Are you having complaints, customer complaints here? Yes. You do. Okay? So what is going to minimize those complaints and returns? Customer complaining, customer returning goods is what? Customer service. Effective customer service can resolve issues quickly. Resolve issues quickly. And this is very important. Quickly. It's not just resolving issues, but resolving issues what? Quickly. When a customer has issues, you resolve it quickly, not letting it drag. So it helps to resolve issues quickly, reducing the likelihood of escalated complaints and product return. Reducing the likelihood of escalated complaints and product returns. So when issues are quickly resolved, it does what? It reduces the likelihood of escalated complaints. The complaints reduce, the customer will not complain much further because the issues was dealt with quickly. But when it's not dealt with quickly, the customer will be talking about it. Anybody who comes to his house, he will tell him. Anywhere he goes, because he still has that thing in his mind. It has not been resolved. And as the person is complaining everywhere, what is that doing to you? It is affecting your brand what? Reputation. So customer complaints must be dealt with quickly. Hello? It contributes to our bottom line. Ashia, what is bottom line? What's bottom line? Huh? Profits. Profits. So customer service contributes to the profit, to the revenue. Alright? Satisfied customers spend more. They spend more, leading to increased revenue and profitability. When customers are satisfied, it means they are going to spend more. True or false? True. They're going to come back, they're going to buy more, they're going to bring more people, and that will lead to increased revenue and profitability. Alright? So tell me what you got. Customer service is what? Number one?
Is the cornerstone of excellence.
Cornerstone of success. The cornerstone of success of our company. The cornerstone of success of our company. Put it there, our company. So we'll personalize it. Customer service is the cornerstone. What is the cornerstone? The pillar. The pillar that holds the house of success. That's customer service. What's the next one?
It's about building and nurturing long-lasting value.
Okay, this one is related to
Number one.
number one.
yes.
Right? Just I said that to explain number
Yes.
one. Okay, so number two.
Competitive advantage.
Competitive what? Advantage. Already explained that. Number three.
Leads to increased customer satisfaction.
Increased customer satisfaction. Good. Number four.
Enhance brand reputation.
Enhanced brand reputation. Number five.
Yes, business growth.
It fuels business growth. Beautiful. Number six.
Expanding of our customer base.
Expanding the customer base. Alright? Expanding the customer base is related to that number five. I said that in explaining number five. You know, when you grow your customer base, what are you doing? You are growing your business. True of us. The size of your business is dependent on the size of your customer base. If your customer base is small, your business is what? Small. Hello? Write that down. The size of your customer base determines the size of your business. The size of your customer base is directly proportional to the size of your business. Or you can say the size of your customer base is equal to the size of your business. In other words, if your customer base is small, your business is what? Small. Even if you like have a skyscraper building like the World Trade Center, if your customer base is small, your business is small. So if your business premise is even just one kiosk by the roadside, but you have a large customer base, you are a big business, so are you aware?
Yes.
Big business. Only a matter of time you are out of there, except you don't want to rent. But rent better shop, but you're making a lot of money. So that's why when people want to, when they tell me I want to start a business, I say okay. They say what's the first thing I do? I say get a customer. I should go and get the product first. That's you're already missing it. Get what? A customer. The first thing you get is who? A customer. The customer is the business. You don't have a customer, you don't have a business. You can have a warehouse full of inventory. If you don't have a customer, you don't have what? A business. You just have commodity packed somewhere. So when we talk about business growth, we are talking about growing your customer base. And growing your customer base, like I said, is an effect, is a result of what? The result of what? Customer service. Okay? So what are the key takeaways here? Customer service excellence is not just a department. Write this down. Customer service excellence is not just a department. Customer service excellence is not just a department. It is everyone's responsibility. Customer service excellence is not a department. We are not in a customer service department. It is a responsibility. Whose responsibility? Everyone. Everyone. My responsibility. Say my responsibility.
My responsibility.
Everyone's responsibility. Each interaction with a customer is an opportunity to strengthen our brand and drive success. Each interaction, each opportunity you have to interact with a customer is what? An opportunity to do what? To enhance our brand and drive success. So when a customer walks in, and you find yourself in front of the customer, that is an opportunity to enhance StanSat Technologies Ltd and drive its success. Just know that immediately that customer walks in, the success of StanSat Technologies is where? Is in your hands. You are carrying it like this. Everything you say, everything you do makes or mar the company within that short interaction that you have with that customer. So see every interaction with a customer as an opportunity to enhance your brand and drive its success. This is very, very important. So what is customer service excellence? What is customer service excellence? We've talked about the importance. Now, why is it important that you know this? Because you are the one to drive it to the entire organization. Hello? You are the one to drive it. Yes, they are going to learn it. We're still going to talk about these things in a broader level, in a broader house. But you are the one to drive it. So you yourself, first of all, have to understand what it is. Customer service excellence is a commitment to providing the highest level of service and support to customers. Customer service excellence is a commitment to providing the highest level of service and support to customers, exceeding their expectations and consistently delivering exceptional service. Just listen first, and then you can write down based on what you have understood. Customer service excellence is what? A commitment. Say commitment.
Commitment.
Say commitment.
Commitment.
Commitment is what you exert your energy, right?
Yeah.
Is a commitment to providing the highest level of service and support to customers. So ask yourself, the way I've been dealing with my customers, am I committed to providing the highest level of service and support to them? Ask yourself. Just close your eyes and ask that question in your mind. The way I've been dealing with my customers, does it show that I am committed to providing the highest level of service and support to them? Do you have your answer? Do you have your answer now? I said, ask yourself this question. With the way I've been dealing with my customers up until now, from the day I came to this company up until now, does it show my commitment to providing the highest level of service and support to them? Does it show you are committed? Huh? I didn't ask you to answer me. I said, ask yourself and answer it within your own heart. So you yourself know. Hello? You yourself know whether the way you have been dealing with customers is a commitment to providing the highest level of service and support to them. So if you have not been committed, this is when you should do the what? The adjustment. So now that you have found out that customer service is not just a department, customer service is not selling products, customer service is not carrying something and giving to a customer. It is what? A commitment to providing the highest level of service and support to customers, exceeding their expectations and consistently delivering exceptional experiences. Exceeding their expectations and consistently delivering exceptional services. The customers, when they are coming, they have expectations. True or false?
True.
So you have to make up your mind. You have to show a commitment to exceeding their expectations. And then consistently delivering exceptional service. Consistently, not once, not twice, but consistently. It has to become part of your what? Culture. Remember when we're talking about, say, values, right? Excellence. That's to be part of the value. Okay? It involves not only meeting customer needs, but also anticipating them, understanding their preferences, and resolving issues effectively and efficiently. So customer service involves not just meeting the customer needs, alright, but anticipating the customer's needs, understanding what they prefer, their preferences. You understand their preferences and resolving issues effectively and efficiently. I did a training with one of the organizations recently, Everyday Supermarket. This same training. Right? In fact, the next time I went there, the supervisor was testifying that their customers were in wild amazement with the response, with the change that they saw. In fact, starting with the cashiers. They said the customers were, I can show you the video. I think I showed you the video the other day when I was interviewing them. You see, the customers were testifying that, wow, Okwa, this same cashier has done for the last time. Because their attitude has changed. Their customer service has changed. Even the way they greet the customer, their approach towards the customers, they offer them help, everything changed and the customers were amazed. And they said within the next 2 days after that training, they hit and exceeded their targets. In fact, they were even congratulating them from their head office, because their head office is in Port Harcourt. I'm not talking about any other, I'm talking about every day here. Close to you here, every day supermarket. And I even interviewed several of them, the sales rep, different of them. They're excited about it, what they have learned, and how they're applying it. So you can imagine the influence it has, because I wanted to know. So that's what we're saying. Not only meeting customer needs, but anticipating them. You can anticipate what the customer needs, understanding their preferences, and helping them resolve issues effectively and efficiently. We'll look at these things in details much later. But I just want you to understand what the customer service is. So it's not just selling products. Hello? It goes beyond just what? Selling. Customer service excellence is a vital element of building strong customer relationships and fostering brand loyalty. Fostering brand loyalty. Relationship is very important. Building and nurturing long-lasting relationship. That's what it's all about. So everything you do, you have to have this. Okay? What's the time now? 9:27. Okay? So we'll stop by 10. Stop by 10. I'll take the branch. You're supposed to be there now, right? Because we didn't start at 10. We're going to have to, like I said, extend the training. Okay? We're going to extend the training. And I'm suggesting we put it on a Sunday so we can have a marathon session to complete everything. And expecting a different result is the definition of what? Insanity. So change is going to be hard, so you're going to have to brace up yourself. If you usually wake up by 6 a.m. before, that day you set your alarm and make sure you are up by 4 a.m. So you do whatever you have to do, and by 7 or 7:30 latest you're ready. So we say we are starting by 7:30, 7 o'clock, everybody's here seated. The place is open, we are good to go. Just like the bank. Hello? 7:30, everybody is seated. And then we are good to go. Okay? So let's just. I don't really want to rush this thing. Well, next section, leadership and customer service. What I've been doing this while is building the ground base, right? But it's even now that we're going into the modules. We have 4 modules, or 3 modules. In this module, module, you're going to explore the critical role that leadership plays in delivering exceptional customer service. So I've told you what's the importance of customer service. I've told you the behavioral change that we have to do. I've told you the essence of vision, mission, and value statements. And then I've also told you what customer service is. Right? Now, in this module, we're going to learn how leadership plays a vital role in delivering this exceptional customer service. Do you understand? So that's what we're going to be talking about. So what are the learning objectives? You're going to understand the role of leadership in customer service. So how you handle the customer will determine how others will take the cue. We're going to explore leadership strategies for motivation and empowerment. Motivation and empowerment. You're going to have to motivate your people and empower them for customer service. Do you understand that now? You're going to do what? Motivate them. First of all, you have to be motivated. And then you're going to have to motivate them and then empower them for customer service. That's what leadership is about. And then thirdly, you're going to recognize the importance of key performance indicators in measuring success. What is not measured can never get done. What you can't measure, you cannot achieve. Hello? So when we're talking about customer service excellence, we're going to have what we call key performance indicators. What are those things that we are going to be measuring to know whether or not we are making what? Progress. Are we together now? So these are the three things, three objectives that we're looking at in this model. So the first thing here, the role of leadership in customer service excellence. The role of leadership in customer service excellence. Effective leadership is the cornerstone of exceptional service. I already mentioned this before. Effective leadership is the cornerstone of what? Excellent service. As a leader, as a supervisor, as a manager, as someone who's responsible for the results of others, you have to provide effective leadership. Say effective leadership. Effective leadership. Say effective leadership. Effective leadership. You have to provide that. Being a supervisor is not just a title. Hello? Being a manager is not just a what? A title. Being a head of department is not just what? A title. It is what? A responsibility to lead others. You are responsible for others' ideals. You are responsible for their behaviors. You are responsible for their outputs. If they fail, you have failed. If they succeed, you have succeeded. So once you are given responsibility for others, it is no longer just about you. You cannot afford to come to work when you like. You cannot afford to say what you like. You cannot afford to do what you like. Because it's no longer about what? About you. Other people's success are now tied to you. Other people's life, attitude, their job, their career are now what? Tied to you. So leadership is a responsibility. And it is a gift of trust. Hello? Is what? A gift of trust. So you cannot just do whatever you like anymore. Are we together now? Hello? So effective leadership is the cornerstone of exceptional customer service. So if we say we are going to have exceptional customer service, you as a leader has to provide what? Effective what? Leadership. Number two, leaders set the tone for the entire organization, creating a culture of customer-centricity and excellence. You you set the tone for the entire organization. That's what we're starting with you. You set the tone. Your body language is what the organization will have. So you set the tone for the entire organization, creating a culture of customer centricity. Everything you do has to be focused on helping the customer. Everything you do has to be centered on the customer. Everything you do has to be towards supporting the customer, ensuring that the customer is happy, is satisfied, and feels better coming here than going any other place. So it's a responsibility. And it begins with you as a leader. Okay, so in our next session, we're going to go into the key aspects of the leader's role. Alright? The key aspects of the leader's role. In doing what? In customer service excellence. So number one, we'll talk about setting the tone for exceptional success. Number two, we'll talk about leading by example. Then number three, we'll talk about motivating your team. Then we'll talk about measuring success. How do you measure your success in your leadership? That's what we're discussing. Alright? So I believe I have set the stage now for our development process. Right? I've set the stage. So the stage is set. The runway has been what? Built. So it's now for us to do what? To take off. Hello? Have you learned something? Have you? You're not answering me. Have you learned something?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just talking to myself. I'm going to get a response. Did you learn something?
Yes.
You did. So, this is just the first part. Next, I wanted us to have another session for everyone. This session is meant for the leaders. I wanted us to do it this Monday, we complete this Monday. And then next Monday for everyone else. Because if you are not able to complete it today, you are going to have to choose another day within the week. Since you say you're not coming on Sunday, the next Monday is for every other person. We only have 2 Mondays left in this month. So you choose another day within the week. It's not going to be on Sunday. Or you come on Sunday. I actually wanted us to have an opportunity where we can have a marathon session, but we're also going to do role plays. It's not just talking and discussion. We do role plays, real life scenarios, real life case studies. We look at them, both from StanSat and other companies. We dissect them and then apply it to what we're doing. This is a very, very practical situation. Hello?
Alright.
So like I said, it is a process and it's going to require everyone to be on deck. It's going to require the cooperation of everyone if you want to have a change. That's why I asked at the outset of this training, how many of us want to see change? So change comes with the price. You're going to have to pay the price. Hello? Whatever it is you want to get in life, whatever it is you want to achieve, whether in your individual life or in your corporate life, you're going to have to pay the price. And that's why I said the first prize will be coming on time. If your wake up time is usually 6 a.m. You have to change that. It's not going to happen every day. Hello? It's not something we do what? Every day. So for the day we have fixed that we're going to have this training, it's essential to make that happen. So that we can start when we're supposed to start,
5,000
when we're supposed to finish, and move on to the next thing. Are we together? You don't look like
Yes.
we are responding. Are we together?
Yes. That's together.
Okay. So I'd like to get your feedback. What have you learned? Have questions so far? Just very quickly, so we can get back to it. What have you learned? Just what one thing have you learned this session that we have had?
I noticed that before a business can be set up, that they are supposed to have a vision. Supposed to have a vision before setting up business, not just setting it because of business.
Okay. Vision, right, is very important. And it's not just related to a business. Even as an individual, you need to have a vision. Hello? Where are you going with this entity called your life? Kebi Naga. You have to have a vision for your life. And that is what will determine every other thing. Hello? It will determine where you walk. It will determine who you marry. It will determine where you live. Are you aware? So you have to have a clear vision for your personal life. And if you are going to work anywhere, the vision of that company has to be in line with your own what? Your vision. Otherwise, it is a marriage that will not work. So that's why I said, we're going to develop that first. It's an assignment, you'll put it down. I'm going to tell your MD, I believe the next training he'll be here. I'll ensure he's here because it's important. He too needs these things. Because there are things we're going to have to do together that he has to be a part of. Alright? Okay? So, vision.
What I know is that I will be a different person for me to produce a different result.
Beautiful. There are no two ways about that. If you want to produce a result you have never produced before, you have to be a different person that you have never been before. There are no two ways about that. Hello? You know, when some people are praying for a change, God will just fold his hand and just be shaking his head. And God himself will be praying that wisdom should enter the person's head. God himself will be praying for the person. You are praying for a change, and you are still the same person you are. How can it work? You know the story of Moses in the Bible. Why did God make him orchestrate things for him to go into the wilderness and spend 40 years in that place? Why? Because he was going to be a leader. God was going to use him to lead over 6 million Jews. And with the kind of person Moses was, he wouldn't be able to do that. So he had to go into the wilderness for 40 whole years, not 40 days. Not 40 weeks, 40 years. Leading sheep. God has to change the kind of person he was before he could give him the responsibility. So if you're going to achieve any kind of change, whether personal, corporate, organizational, you cannot be the same person. You have to ask yourself, when you set your goal, which we are going to do, we are going to set organizational goals. We're going to set a lot of things. The vision, the mission, we're going to set goals. Even customer service goals, we'll set them. The systems that you are currently operating, we are going to look at them. Alright? And then everybody's going to know them, everybody's going to have them. The sales system, the delivery system, we're going to look at them critically. The ones who have to improve, we improve on them. So it's a total overhaul we're going to do. Do you understand? So when you have set those goals, you're going to ask yourself, do I have what it takes? Am I the kind of person that can achieve this? And be honest with yourself. If the answer is no, then you know that the change begins with who? With you. Otherwise, that thing can never be achieved. So who else? What did you learn? Yes.
I learned that for me to be a leader, that is an act of trust. I have to yield more, to give more output.
It's a gift of trust, my brother. The leadership position given to you is a what? Is a what? It's a gift of trust. A gift of trust. Number one, the company trusted you that you are capable of doing this. Number two, they have trusted you with the responsibility of other people, with the results of other people. So if you're not going to do it for yourself at all, what about the people that you're leading? If you don't want to improve, if you don't want to get anything done, what about the people that you're leading? They should be able to look back and say, wow, that my supervisor was awesome. I can tell I've become the person I've become because I worked with her or I worked with him. They should be able to say that about you. And it's not going to be a hype. It has to be real. Why? Because you have offered them what? Value. You have offered them value. Selfless leadership. Selfless service. You're not just there for yourself or just there to do the minimum work that's required of you. After at the end of the month you get your salary. No, you are there to add value to them, to empower them, to encourage them, to improve them, which will eventually improve the organization. So that's why I say it's a gift of trust. So don't take it lightly. Do you understand that? Don't take it what? Lightly. Thank you for that. Which other one? I want everybody to make a comment on what they learned.
In order to have a good customer relationship, customer service, you need to put in your best in order to, patience is involved. But most customers are difficult to do. In order to be patient and understanding.
Okay.
Use that to achieve.
Okay. So customer service is not just going to happen. Customer service excellence is not just going to happen by flight. And it's not going to happen overnight. Right? So there has to be a commitment on your part. Okay? Next.
I learned that for you to increase your sales and expand your brand, you have to increase your customer base, customer service base.
Good. Thank you for that. Awesome. Awesome. For you to grow your company, you have to grow your customer base. For you to improve your company, you have to improve your customer base. That's very important. And now, alluding to what you said, supervisor. Now, I have to how do I say it now? Help our orientation about the phrase difficult customers. In the general section we're going to talk about different types of customers. We're going to look at different types of customers. Alright? But before you tag a customer, difficult customer, you have to ask yourself, what makes this customer a difficult customer? Is the customer actually a difficult customer? Or is it the way you are seeing the customer that makes him appear as a difficult customer? Do you get the gist? Most times, the people who call difficult customers are not really difficult. Maybe our service is just lousy. And then they start reacting. And when they start reacting, you tag them what? Difficult customers. But most of the time, they are not difficult customers. They just want you to keep your promise. They just want you to help them get what they want. The way you said you would. So because you want to exonerate yourself of the blame, you put it on the customer and say it's a difficult customer. So we're going to look at different types of customers. What makes a customer difficult? If at all the customer is difficult. Or do we just brand the customer a difficult customer when we didn't fulfill our own role? So I just have to chip that in, but we'll look at that extensively in the general section. All right. So, who hasn't said anything here? Okay.
Okay. I learned that in our different roles, that other people's success are tied to our role.
You too.
So if maybe somebody need anything from you now and you sit on it, that means you are killing is actually the person's success.
Very good.
Thank you so much. So as a leader, other people's success are tied to you. You are responsible for other people's success as far as this organization is what is concerned. So, but first and foremost, leadership begins with the leadership of self. Hello? So you have to start seeing yourself differently. You have to start carrying yourself differently. Your approach to your work has to be different. Your approach to relating with your people has to be what? Different. That's what leadership is. It begins with leadership of self. It's not a title. Alright? So we'll talk about, in the next session, we'll talk about your role as a leader in delivering this exceptional customer service. That's very, very important. But just know that it begins with you. Alright?
In a scenario when a customer comes, say that I need a generator.
Okay.
Let's say 30 oil, and you know that this generator can carry just two things. You advise the customer with the fact that you know what this thing can carry. The customer say no, my neighborhood carries this other thing. After you've advised the customer said no, and this is the generator you need. The customer ended up buying the generator and takes it, and it couldn't carry what the neighbors can carry. And he comes back and say it did not carry. What are we going to do in such situation? Okay. So who is to blame? Is it the customer or the staff? No, because the reason why I say so, you face such challenges
Yeah.
in most cases.
Now, talking about who is to blame, first and foremost, let me disabuse your mind, all right? Don't be thinking about who is to blame. That's the first and foremost thing. When any situation arises, your first point of call should not be who is to blame. So don't go there. Don't blame the customer and don't blame them. Don't try to even, I know what most people want to do is they try to excuse themselves. It's not our fault. I told you, and you went ahead and bought it. Don't do that. What are you doing? You are laying blame. Okay, you want to go to your, okay. So the next session, the time for the next session will be communicated to you. Alright? So manager, you're going to help us. And this time we'll do a good job. Yeah. So in the next, the first point of call is not who to blame. Alright? You've already given the customer, that's why I say customer service is about helping the customer. How do you help the customer? You provide the right information to the customer. Now, have you heard of the saying that customers are always right? Right? Customers are always right. Where? Is it in the Bible? Huh? Where is it written? Huh?
It's written in our heart and our mind.
In your heart and your mind?
Yes.
No, in the customer's heart and mind.
Yes, not in my heart.
In the customer's mind, he is what? He is right. When they say the customer is always right, it is true in the customer's mind. So you can't argue with that. He told you his neighbor is using it to carry whatever, right? In his mind, he is right. You are the seller, you are just trying to confuse him. Maybe that's the impression he has. But if he has had a good impression about you, of trying to help him, probably he would have taken your counsel. True or false? I mean, come on now. If a customer has an experience, a helpful experience with you so far, right? You have been helpful to him. He has that experience. Maybe somebody you've had a relationship with, and you have built that trust, that rapport with the customer. If you give him an advice, he will take it. But if the customer is not taking the advice you are giving to him, probably he doesn't trust you. Number one. Probably. So that's why the first and foremost thing is to do what? To build trust first with the customer. To build trust. You can say, okay, what if it's the first time the customer is coming? The first thing, even before trying to sell the customer something, is to build trust. Build the rapport. Build the relationship first. That's why we say customer service is what? Building and nurturing long-lasting what? Relationships. So don't be so quick to just hand the thing into the customer's hand and collect money from him and get him going. Try to first of all do what? Build trust. When you trust someone, wouldn't you want to take an advice from the person? Come on now, logically. When you trust someone, you want to take the person's advice. So if you are giving the customer an advice and he's doing otherwise, most of the time it's probably he doesn't trust you. So I'm trying for us to disabuse our minds about certain things. Before you start thinking of who is to blame or saying, well, I told the customer didn't take it. There are certain things that have gone underground. So those are the things we should be dealing with first and foremost. Alright? So we'll deal with that extensively in the general section. What we'll be talking about excellent customer service. So I said, the thing to do is not who is to blame. Alright? You gave the customer your professional counsel, and the customer went with another one. That is fine. So the customer has learned his lesson. Alright? So what do you now do? You now offer the customer the one that is able to carry that. It's as simple as that. So, but what you will not do is to try to blame the customer or try to make yourself look good or look intelligent or look right. Don't go there. That's not your job. The customer has learned his lesson and is even ashamed. So don't try to rub it in his face. You will bring down his morale. Do you understand? So what do? Switch quickly. Are you getting it now? Just this.
There's something I wanted to
Okay.
Once you gotten the item,
Yeah.
just like this,
Yeah.
it's not switching. You can't switch it.
Okay. So what do you do in that situation now?
In that situation,
Yeah.
the only way we do it has to involve the MD.
Okay.
The one that handles such situation. Because
Okay.
I won't say I will change the generator because what are we going to do to that?
Okay.
That's the issue. Because being the fact that you advise the customer before you need to carry the generator, and the customer went on his own way. In such situation, the customer has taken it. So I don't know. I'm in such situation.
Now, when I say you switch, I'm not just saying you switch the product. Hello? I'm not just saying you switch the product. Maybe you got me wrong. I'm not just saying, okay, yeah, fine, it didn't work. Yeah, but carry another one and give him. That may be the solution, or it may be not. But when I say you switch, go straight to solution, not blame.
Yeah.
Do you understand? That's why I asked you, how do you solve that problem now? So everything about you now should be how to profile a solution. Do you understand? And whatever solution you're going to give the customer, we're going to look at problem solving, and we are just trying to get into the meat of the matter. All those things, we'll deal with them. Are you getting it? But I just want to say, don't blame. And then, of course, the trust factor there. The trust factor, you consider that too. So when the customer comes in, build trust first. Oh sir, how are you doing? Wow, I like what you're wearing. Try to build the relationship first. make the customer want to trust you. Hello. All right. Any other question?
I just want to contribute. This kind of scenario, I think what to do before people to pause for call is you have seen the challenges. You're ready to go and
I've not seen all of them. I'm still
no,
discovering.
you have seen the challenges. To also, and the very big one to the customer, he doesn't know what to do. One, we will try to know how many appliances the customer has. And what
Okay, you're relating specifically to this question.
and he wants the generator to carry. Then we'll start by removing some of all those appliances so that you can be able to manage it.
Okay.
Because we know you cannot use at a time.
Okay.
Till when you get money to come and buy actual.
That's beautiful.
That's what you can do for that particular.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Like I said, you now the solution. There can be several options for profiling solution. Do you understand? But you have to consider what the options are. Are you getting it now? So that's why I said don't bother about who is to blame. Just switch over to profiling solution. So what are the options? That's the question you should start asking. What are the options now? All right, for this solution. And which ones do you have? Are you empowered to profile? Which ones do you need to report to the MD or invite the MD or a higher authority? Do you understand? But it should all be geared towards solution. We will still talk about all that: problem solving, decision making, empowerment, and all that. That's why I say in the next session, it will be pleasant. In fact, even needful for the MD to be here because he also has a key role to play in all of this. Because we are talking about leadership, right? He's the number one leader in the organization. So he also has a key role to play. All right. So I want to say thank you at this point in time. All right. And I believe you've learned something today that you can start applying immediately. In fact, at the end of this course, we are going to do what we call role play and real life application. All those your real life case studies, you bring them, we'll dissect them. That's why I say this thing is not what we do in a hurry. Hello? You have to set your minds to go through the process. So we'll bring them, we'll dissect all of them. The system will be operating. We'll look at the place where we have defects and deficiencies. Alright? And then mend them, correct them, iron them out. And then we'll have a clean, perfect slate upon which the organization can run. And that will eliminate those frictions, it will eliminate most of the complaints, it will eliminate most of the bottlenecks that we have experienced so far. And then you see our customer service just sailing so smoothly, bringing about customer satisfaction. Everybody is happy. Praise the Lord. The way you quickly answer hallelujah. Alright. So when should be the next time, manager? When should we fix the next